What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the JuiceBox presented by LOCKCITY. It's Whitey here today. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully everyone's having a good week and that you enjoyed the last day of Stage 2 Counter-Strike today for ESL Pro League Season 22. We're going to get into it in a moment here, but we have quite the exciting playoff slate, quarterfinal slate for Friday. We got 4 games to kick us off. They're going to be one game at a time, starting off bright and early in the morning. But this is what we looked like for a final bracket for Stage 2. Our 8 playoff teams are going to be Team Falcons, Team Spirit, Team Vitality, a lot of team in there, FaZe Clan, MOUZ, Na'Vi, FURIA, and unfortunately 3D Max took down G2, but that's okay. I found a little bit of a sweet spot for them coming into plays for Friday. So we'll take a look at the schedule for Friday. Teams are matched up accordingly. Like I said, 4 banger matchups. So we're going to have Falcons and 3D Max kicking off the morning at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have MOUZ and Na'Vi following that after at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have Spirit and FaZe Clan at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And then lastly, to round out the day, we are going to have FURIA and Vitality. For those of you that watched the video yesterday, you will know that we went a perfect 2-0 on video plays. So overall, on the 2 plays for the video yesterday, we called out Na'Vi on the money line and FaZe Clan on the money line. Both of those ended up coming through. Na'Vi took down Mongols 2-0. FaZe took down Aurora 2-1. I did unfortunately get conned into going G2 -1.5 map spread in the Discord, so you'll notice the 2-1 record. Instead of being up 4.4 units, I only went up 2.4 units today because I did put 2 units on G2 -1.5 map spread, and they got absolutely wiped by 3D Max. So overall for the tournament now, we're now looking like 29-20 overall, and we are up a total of 17.03 units, or $1,700 for you fellow $100 bettors. So we'll get into plays for today. For those of you that watch the videos regularly, you know that all of the odds that will be discussed in today's video will be on Thunderpick.io, which is one of the top books in the world for esports betting. You can deposit on Thunderpick using crypto, credit card, Apple Pay, Visa Debit, or via their new gift card deposit, which allows you to purchase and deposit a Thunderpick gift card amount directly to your balance. And Thunderpick has lines for all of your favorite esports, including but not limited to CS2, League, Dota, Valorant, Overwatch, COD, Fortnite, Rocket League, and so much more. If you visit tinyurl.com/LockCityTP, you can get a 100% deposit match on your first deposit all the way up to $600 or whatever the equivalent is in your local currency. Any amount that you deposit up to $600 will get immediately matched by Thunderpick for you to be able to use for your esports picks. We've obviously been super profitable on CS2, but with that deposit bonus, you can always try your luck with some of your other favorites with that free money to play with. That's tinyurl.com/LockCityTP for a 100% deposit bonus at Thunderpick up to $600. All right, so we are going to have 3 plays on the day, or on the board here for the day on Friday. 2 are going to be singles and 1's going to be a parlay. So the first one that we're going to talk about, all 3 of these are going to be 2-unit plays. The first one that we're going to talk about is going to be Falcons and 3D Max over 2.5 maps. It's going to be 2.3 times our money. Pretty juiced here. Let's get into it. So Falcons and 3D Max, did the time change on me? No. Okay, awesome. Falcons and 3D Max, I really liked what we saw out of 3D Max today on Inferno. This is the map that I'm targeting that I think 3D Max can win. I obviously think Falcons win this outright. I think Falcons are probably going to win it 2-1, but I like what we saw out of 3D Max today on Inferno. They ended up beating G2 on Inferno, and then on the Falcons side of things, their Inferno's been kind of hit and miss. They did beat Astralis. They looked really good here against Pain and Legacy, but it's Pain and Legacy. They did not look good at all against MOUZ. I expect that 3D Max is going to pick into Inferno again. They were confident in it against G2. Why not be confident in it against Falcons? And I expect them to win Inferno. I then expect Falcons to win their map pick, and I expect Falcons to win the match outright and advance to the semifinals. But we're going to go over 2.5 maps for this one. First play of the day, 2.3 times your money. 2 units is going to pay 4.6 units. The next one that we're going to talk about, we'll just do the single. I know it's not in order of time, but we'll do the single bet before we do this one. Is going to be Spirit -1.5 map spread. So Spirit's taking on FaZe Clan. Sorry to all the FaZe fans here. And shout out MOUZ. I know he's a huge FaZe fan and I'm a big Spirit fan. So this is me versus MOUZ in terms of battle of our squads here. But I got to go with Spirit. I'm going Spirit -1.5 map spread. I just don't realistically see a map that FaZe is going to win on. So in terms of bans here, Spirit's going to ban Inferno. FaZe, I would imagine they're probably going to ban Overpass. They could look to ban Train. I don't imagine they're going to pick into Train. Their pick is probably going to have to be either Mirage or Nuke, and I think Spirit's going to handle that. Spirit hasn't played Train, so it would be something that might be a decent idea for FaZe to play into, except for the fact that FaZe today on Train, if this would load, we saw them get absolutely wiped against Aurora. They lost 13-2. They also lost against 3D Max 3 days prior. They have not looked good on Train. So I imagine that's probably just going to get banned somewhere later down the lines. First ban will be Inferno. FaZe is probably going to ban Overpass because Spirit looks great on Overpass. And then it doesn't really matter what FaZe is going to pick. I don't think they're going to win Mirage. I don't think they're going to win Nuke. And then obviously Spirit wins Ancient. Spirit wins Dust 2. So I'm going to go Spirit -1.5 map spread. Could be two close ones, but I think Spirit's going to pull out a 2-0 here. 2 units, 2 times your money, pays 4 units, easy as that. Last one up is going to be MOUZ and Vitality, just both on the money line. MOUZ and Na'Vi, I think this is going to be really close. If there's one that you end up skipping for Friday, make it this parlay. These ones I think are definitely safer as single bets, as most single bets are. But for this one here, we're going to go MOUZ and Vitality on the money line. We'll quickly glance over it, I guess. Let me find Vitality here. So Vitality and FURIA. Not really a map that FURIA necessarily has here as a strong suit. Nuke, I would say, is the one that they would have the best chance at winning. Maybe a Train, but everything else I think falls into Vitality's hands here. I think Vitality probably wins 2-0. FURIA's form hasn't been the greatest. They needed 2-1 against Aurora. They lost here to G2, who wasn't in the best of form. I think Vitality probably wins this 2-0. But I'm going to play it safe. I'm just going to go Vitality on the money line, 1.3 times your money, and then MOUZ as the second leg there. Let me just scroll up and find MOUZ because I don't think I have that one in a tab here. So our lovely friends MOUZ and Na'Vi. Na'Vi's looked good. Obviously they upset Mongols today. We picked Na'Vi to upset Mongols today, so why not pick them against MOUZ? I don't think it's that easy. I think MOUZ wins Mirage, so we can talk about bans first. Obviously MOUZ bans Dust 2, Na'Vi bans Overpass. I think MOUZ would win Mirage. I think MOUZ would win Inferno. I think Nuke would be relatively close. Na'Vi has a really good Train as well. Both of these teams 100% win rate, which is crazy. So if we see that drawn, one of those win rates is going down. And then Ancient could be competitive as well. MOUZ looks really hit and miss on Ancient sometimes, so I wouldn't be surprised if Na'Vi won a map here. I would expect them to win a map if you want to go Na'Vi like +1.5. I just don't think there's good value on it. I think MOUZ on the money line is probably the safer play. They've been playing well. They've been playing cohesive. If we look at what they've done recently, they beat 3D Max 2-0. They did lose here against Falcons, which is fine. They lost to Vitality, which is fine, but they're beating the teams that they're supposed to beat. And I think that they beat Na'Vi as well. So the last one there is just going to be MOUZ and Vitality on the money line. 2 units, 2.09 times your money is going to pay 4.18 units. And those are going to be the 3 plays that I am rocking with for the quarterfinals on Friday. If you like the content from these videos, make sure to give us a like, comment down below if you like today's plays. If you don't like them, if you're playing something else, definitely let me know in the comments. I would love to know. And then subscribe if you're listening on a platform where you can subscribe, i.e. YouTube or Spotify. If you're on X, consider giving us a follow. Thank you for listening, and we'll see y'all back here Friday, Saturday, as soon as these games finish here. Thank y'all very much. Take care.